What is up, weather enthusiasts? I'm your host, Pat's Path Predictor. Let's get right into the weather. Alright, so this is Invest92E, and we reported on this a few hours ago that it was potentially going to develop. However, this thing looks a lot more organized now than it did last time we put it up, and we now have some new information that's coming out, as well as several models that are rather concerning to me. The only good news is that those models have this out to sea, but the models are still concerning nevertheless. This is it right here. We have a 90% chance of development now in the next 5 days. So we have now a 50-50 shot of this thing developing in the next 48 hours. So that's the latest we have. So let's go ahead and rate this. Showers and thunderstorms have increased since yesterday in association with a broad low pressure area located a few hundred miles south of the southwest coast of Mexico. Environmental conditions are, quote, forecast to become more conducive for further development, and a tropical depression is likely to form on Tuesday or Wednesday while the system moves slowly northwestward over the off the southwestern coast of Mexico. So that's essentially the situation we have right here. 50% chance in 48 hours, 90% chance in the next 5 days. Let's go ahead and take a look at the track miles and then the intensity. This whole thing is going to stay off to sea, although it could potentially impact this island right here. I'm not entirely sure what that is. I'll have to take a look into that, but yeah, if you're over here, you need to pay very close attention, as well as this. These models right here. The good news is this is not going to make landfall in mainland Mexico. The bad news is this could potentially affect an island that is populated. So we'll have to take a look at that. But the intensity is what is really bothering me, because if you look at it now, like several hours ago, there was only one model having it as a hurricane. Now, almost all of them have them at least a Category 1 hurricane, with several going up to Cat 2 and the HWRF going all the way up to Cat 3 strength. Now, Cat 3 strength is on the table, but it is a bit improbable for two reasons. One, there is a bit of a dry air in the area right now, so it's going to need to take its time to organize and develop. And two, the wind shear is a bit strong right now in the path of development, but it is pretty good where it is right now. So that's the situation we have right here. The global sea temperatures by the end of this, if we can pull these up, if we can go at a lower angle, okay, we'll have to go back here and basically make do with this. I'm sorry if I'm scrolling. So yeah, this is the best we can really do at this point. Alright, this is it. Alright, so yeah, as it exits, it's over here off the coast of Mexico, but as time goes on and it moves over, it's going to move into cooler waters as well, so it's going to weaken after the next few days. So that's the situation we have. We have several models now we need to take a look at. The first one we need to take a look at is the HMON. We're actually going to backtrack this a bit just to show you what the HMON thinks it's going to do. So this is in the next 12 hours. We're at 1008. It starts developing into a tropical storm, and then it organizes, and then it kind of stays there. It kind of takes its time to develop, and then it starts really to organize and intensify. It's eventually becoming a hurricane, and then it just basically, the next thing you know, it starts building up a structure, and then this thing starts really intensifying. Although the lowest pressure this goes down to is 973 millibars right here. Actually, we have it back right here, 973 millibars. So the HMON has actually really started to go up in intensity. It's starting to kind of close the gap with the HWRF, which we will get to in a second. But yeah, this is the most moderate of these models right here. Actually, the other model, the CMC, has basically this thing as a tropical storm and dying off. But the HMON now has this at potentially a high-end Cat 2, around mid to high-end Cat 2 strength at this point. So this is a pretty interesting development. The GFS has it a little bit higher. We're actually going to go ahead and go back up the timeline for the GFS. And we're going to go ahead and look at this. This thing develops as it usually does, and then it's going to start really rapidly intensifying, kind of developing its structure right here. And then it kind of, basically the lowest pressure gets down to is 965 millibars. So this is high-end Cat 2, potential Cat 3 strength right here. Hurricane Agatha was winds of 110 and pressure of 964. So, just for context sake right here, we're looking at that range right there. We're looking at this at that range. And yeah, this thing looks pretty interesting, and then it just dies, it weakens as it moves through cooler waters, and it kind of dies off right then and there. But what we need, but by far, probably the biggest and most aggressive is the HWRF, and we'll have to tell you what's going on with this. The HWRF has this really intensifying, it kind of has it calming down around 1,007 millibars for the next 27 hours, and then for the next 30 hours, and then it starts its slow intensification, starts organizing, and then it kind of starts dropping into the 900s. It really starts turning into a hurricane. Then it rapidly intensifies, kind of stops for a second, and then it drops down. Like, look at this, 960 millibars, like 960. If we go back a little bit to 963, like, wow, like 963. Like, look at this eye wall right here, of the HWRF. Now, the HWRF is always the most aggressive model. It's always what you would consider the worst case scenario. But the HWRF is suggesting potential Category 3 strength with this. And yeah, this is a very big development. Just the HWRF, I mean, it's kind of stayed consistent to where it was, but the GFS and HMON are starting to match it a little bit. So, yeah, that's a situation that I'm gonna have to keep an eye on, and that's a situation I'm gonna continue to take a look at as it develops. But with that being said, that's gonna wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. It helps me out and helps me make more videos like these. The goal of this channel is to get more people engaged with weather, and that is what I'm hoping I'm doing with this video. We are close to 700 subscribers if we haven't hit it already. So yeah, I would appreciate if you hit that red subscribe button. So with that being said, guys, have a wonderful day. Stay safe.